Hello, Inner Oh my gosh, I'm so fucking excited. I'm so fucking excited. I never ever dreamed that the numbers would go this fast. Hello, everybody, come on in. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a little chat. A little chat. You know, if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't have a channel, and I wouldn't have 74,000 subscribers, and I wouldn't have just so damn much fun. So, I guess it really comes down to that. I just wanted to say thank you, and I couldn't think of a better way to do it than to just have a conversation with you. So, what that means, too many people, well, there's going to be people here. It's like 99 people so far. I'm going to try to answer your questions, but you remember that that's really super hard for me to do, right? Because everything goes by so fast, so fast. But I try. I don't do shout-outs. Remember, I don't do shout-outs because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt somebody's feeling if I miss you. And, you know, if you have a really super long thing to say, I'm telling you, these things are going flip, 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 flip. Hi, Granny, how are you doing today? Let's rule the world. And they go flip, 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 so fast, so fast, so fast. And so what gave me the idea? I'll try and catch your questions. What gave me the idea to do it was that I'm an actress, and I did a thing for PETA. And then, of course, everyone assumed that I was exactly the person in the skit. And so I did that. And then, well, PETA didn't want to do any more with it, and I said, well, there's something funny here, so I think I'll do it. So there you do. And what made me decide to make Tofuckin'? I didn't make Tofuckin'. I was an actress. PETA wrote the script, and they asked for an actress, and I showed up, and I did it. And, you know, I'm telling you, these things are going so fucking fast that I'll never, ever see them all. I'll never see them all. But I really, really love you. And, you know, it shouldn't matter what I eat or what I wear or if I go to church or it shouldn't, none of that should matter. What should matter is that I love you. And I love most everybody unless they're an asshole. If they're an asshole, I don't love them at all. And so if the only reason that you follow me is that you think I'm exactly the person you see in every video, just understand that I'm about 85% me and about 15% fiction. So there you go. You know, people are asking me for advice all the time. And that's kind of one of the reasons I started it, was because, well, at 73, I have a lot of experience in making a lot of wrong fucking decisions. So I tried to learn from them, and maybe that will help you learn from them as well. And don't you know, I started this live stream again without my bottle of water. Do you remember my bottle from New Zealand, my Waiwera bottle? I lost it. I lost it. I left it behind somewhere, and whatever. You know, so there's an asshole in every crowd, and you guys can probably see him now, right? You can just see that asshole, right? I have no tolerance for that kind of behavior. None at all. If I could, I'd ban your ass right now, but I can't. Oh, these are going so far. Somebody asked me just a second ago, what's my life motto? Well, my life motto is, what do I have to lose? And if what I have to lose, try something new to taste, try someplace new to go, try somebody new to talk to. If I have pretty much nothing to lose, then I'll go for it. And my other motto is that being happy is your own choice. It's not somebody else. It's your choice. You can react in a pissy way, or you can react in a real positive way. And I prefer to stay positive. If you go to IMDb, you can see a good bunch of the things that I've acted in. So my favorite kind of music, well, I really, really love the 80s and 90s country before it got all poppy. And I really, really love singer-songwriter shit. I only have two grandchildren, and they're my favorites. I have two boys, and they're my favorites. They're wonderful. So, you know, that there's the stupid ass in here. I hope you guys do not engage the stupid ass that's in here, because he's just looking for attention, and let's not give him any, right? My very favorite country artists are Kathy Mattea and Garth Brooks and Vince Gill and Susie Bogus. Those are my absolute favorites. I will travel miles and miles and miles to see them. Yes, that is a picture of Matt Damon from the poster from Good Will Hunting, because I got that poster after I saw the movie. And over here, that's a picture I took of a Dublin bus. I just loved all the reflections in the windshield of that bus. Let's see. Some of these questions I have absolutely no idea what they mean. Good Will Hunting is my favorite movie ever, ever, ever. I don't have any pets. My sweet man and I are very rarely home, and so it wouldn't be smart for us to have an animal. And neither of us are really big animal people. We're people. We really love people. My favorite type of cake, my favorite food, well, come on, you guys know. If you have been around my life at all, you know what my favorite food is, right? My favorite food is, there you go, RLC, he's got it. It's chocolate. Chocolate is the tits, absolutely. And you can put chocolate just about anywhere, and it's on any kind of food, and it's delicious. Or you can just squirt it out of the bottle or break it up into little chunks, and you can just chocolate. It's dark chocolate, absolutely dark chocolate. The only milk chocolate thing I like is peanut M&Ms, and I actually prefer dark chocolate peanut M&Ms, but they're very hard to find. I'm not very big on pretzels. It's like, come on, that's too much. The ratio of pretzel to chocolate is not good enough. So I like chocolate. Taking hobbies a photo. Yes, taking photos is a hobby of mine, and I really wish I could figure out. I'm going to have to write down that name so that I can ban his rude ass from ever coming in here again. Hang on while I write. Now listen, you guys, do not engage the asshole, all right? Do not engage. That's what they're looking for. But I'll just ban his ass when I get ready for it. Yeah, I don't tolerate that shit. I'm too old to tolerate it, and I'm too nice to tolerate it. So let's see. I don't drink wine, actually. But I just had a little celebration dinner with some of my friends, and I invited them over, and I popped open a beer. Yes, that's my slogan, do not engage the assholes. I popped open a beer that I learned about when I was on Kona last month. When was it? Fuck, it was May. Is it already? It's July now, isn't it? Oh well. My favorite acting job is the one I'm going to do right now. It's always my favorite acting job. Any advice for teens? Please be nice. And if someone isn't nice to you, please try to not worry about them. They're the ones with the problems, okay? The more that you spread good shit around, the more good shit's going to come back to you. For some of you who've got a really poor connection, there's nothing I can do about that because I'm right next to the router. I came back into my office to do this, and so I have a really good connection right here. Some other people have asked some personal questions, and typically I don't answer personal questions. I have an Instagram. It's GrannyPottyMouth. How about that? You know, another bit of advice for teens is to keep your eyes open and your ears open, and don't engage your mouth until you've fully digested what someone has said, because sometimes you pop off too soon. So, yeah, just if you concentrate on being positive and you concentrate on being the good person, I guarantee you that for the most part, that's going to be the way it's going to go. I'm going to have to learn about a moderator for this, because right now I do it on my phone and I don't have anybody else in the room, and I have to watch the comments, or else someone would actually have to send them to me, and I'll have to figure that out. That would be fun. Just a minute while I call to my sweet man and ask him if he would bring me my bottle of water. 1 second. Hey, honey pie? Yeah? Could I please have one of my bottles of water? I have this most sweetest darling man. Absolutely the sweetest darling man. Happiness is like honey. You can't eat honey without getting some of it on your fingers, so spread it around. You know, I will ban the asshole just as soon as I can. All right? I've just heard about nerdy nummies. That sounds kind of fun. If I had the chance to go anywhere, where would I go? I would go back to Ireland for at least 3 months. It's such a beautiful country, and the people there have lovely manners, and for the most part, the weather is acceptable. Or I'd like to go back to Maui for 3 months. So there's 6 months out of the year. And then I certainly want to stay right here in California where I live, because I like it. I live near Los Angeles. We're not going to give the asshole any time, okay? Nobody needs to know. Where in Ireland do I recommend? There's no place bad. It's beautiful. You know, I'm not really happy with some of the behavior that I see in here. When you come to Grannyland, it's a safe space, and you're not mean to anyone, and no one is mean to you. Okay? Water. This is Mountain Valley spring water in the Ouachita Mountains. I got this bottle the other day. Tolerance. Let's talk about tolerance without any judgment, okay? I don't care who you love. I don't care what you wear for clothes. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care where you work. I don't care where you live. I don't care what you eat. That's your fucking business. And I love you for just being you. If you're an asshole, I don't like you. Somebody is intent on asking me if I'm going to eat stupid shit, and the answer is probably no. Jennifer, you're absolutely right. Just be a decent human being. If I teach you nothing else, do I play video games? The only one I remember playing was Pong. That was like 45 years ago. Shit. Now, see, I try to answer your questions and I forget where I was. Do I watch what is Outlander? I guess Outlander is a TV show. I don't watch much TV. I don't break dance, but I ballroom dance. Okay? I'm not the Frank Red Hot lady. No, that was another one of my friends who's a really good actress. And the guy in that commercial, he's one of my really good friends. He's a good actor, too. My favorite word is fuck, of course. It's so versatile. Okay? It's a noun. It's an adjective. It's a verb. It's an adverb. You know, there's some times when I just won't answer your questions because they're too incredibly personal and they don't belong in a live stream. I'm 73. They don't belong in a live stream that is for everybody. Okay? I gotta find a way. Block. There! I did it. I blocked the asshole. Let's hope we don't see him again. Somebody just made a comment on one of my videos, and it was so funny. She really liked what I made, and she said it was fuckalicious. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. My favorite thing to bake is whatever I'm baking right now. You know, these are going so fast. There we go. If you go to some of my older videos, you'll be able to find out how it was that I started video. They talked to me last night about my garden gloves. Those gloves, I mean to fucking tell you, those things are major tits. They're so handy. They're super comfortable. They're super lightweight. And I was really glad they sent me a pair because it helped a lot with my yard work and my weeding. I was able to slow these chats down a bit. So let's see. I know I'm not caught up. Oh, you asked me if I liked Fathers by Commonwealth. Now that means that you know that my grandson is in the band Commonwealth. And I do like the song. I like the acoustic version better than the fully produced version. So there you go. My grandsons, both of my grandsons, are amazing men. Any advice for an amateur baker? Well, just try it. It's not that expensive, and if you fuck it up, just try it again, okay? I found a way to slow these down so that I can actually answer some of your questions. Where did I learn to bake? I learned to bake by watching my grandmother. She was an amazing baker. If you watch the Storage Wars episode, you got to hear me talk about her. She made the most amazing bread on earth. And then my mom was a really good cake baker. And one of my aunts was an amazing pie baker. And one of my really good friends is an amazing pie baker. She has an apple tree in her yard and she makes apple pies from the apples on her tree. Oh my fucking goodness. So delicious. My favorite movie genre is typically rom-coms. I love to laugh. And I like YouTube for the most part. My favorite phrase to say when someone needs to clam down, I think you mean calm down. It's like, don't get your panties in a knot. Okay? Stephanie has a suggestion, but I'm not sure that I'll get to that because I slowed the chat down so that I can look at these. I don't play any video games. The only one I play on my phone is Words with Friends. And Sebastian, I told you already, I'm not going to answer that question. You need to talk to someone who you can talk to in person. Oh, my worst pet peeve is apostrophes. Fuckers who just don't know when to use apostrophes. They use them to make a word plural. What the fuck? And they use the wrong its. No, 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 no. If I come back to Dublin, you bet your fucking ass. Well, sorry, that was rude. If I go back to Dublin, you can bet your sweet ass that I would do a meetup. My second favorite swear word. I don't know. You really got to come close to come. There's just nothing. There's nothing that comes close to fuck. What YouTubers would I love to collab with? Oh, wow. I would love to collab with Lily Singh because I think she's just so positive and she's such a great role model for young women. I would love to collab with Dennis Rohde on one of his pranks because he's funny and he's kind. Are you getting the theme here? I like nice people. I don't like mean people. Oh, there's gonna be a fast as fuck video on Thursday, and I'll give you a little hint. We had leftovers here tonight. Well, I had leftovers from what I made for the fast as fuck, because I made them to take to a potluck, and I misunderstood the hostess about how many people were going to be there, and I made a fuck ton too much, right? So tonight, after I reached 70,000 subscribers today, I invited some of my friends over, and we had the leftovers. And that was my way to say thank you to them for being so supportive. Some of them have helped me with the collaborations. You know, the two guys who wear the red and black, I had them over for dinner. And the guy who wore the D cap, he's my producer, and I had him over for dinner. And the gal who filmed the fried rice thing, she's one of my friends from way back, maybe 3 years ago maybe. And she filmed that episode on the last minute on the morning of my birthday. And that fucker has 55,000 views already. So I had them over for dinner. So that's a hint. It was enough to feed 5 more people besides me. Do I have any good recipes for seafood? Well, you practically can't fuck up seafood unless you cook it too much. That's a good way to fuck it up. I grew up in New England. I grew up in Massachusetts, right on the border of New Hampshire and Maine, and it was seafood all the time. I don't watch TV at all. I'm out a lot, listening to live music or watching my friends do comedy or going to plays or going to movies. So I don't watch much TV because I don't have time. I really enjoyed Brandy and Jared. They were very pleasant, they were very respectful, and they were very funny. I don't think they quite expected what I was going to say to them, so it took Jared kind of by surprise, but that's okay. And they were just really sweet, and they were really happy for my advice, and they were really happy that I knew what that mixer was. They were so nice. My sweet man, he's in the other room. He doesn't like to get on TV. He doesn't like to be on camera. And you know what's interesting about that? Excuse me. Excuse me. What's interesting about that is that he's a musician. So he's on stage a whole lot. But being on camera and having to talk, that's another story. Because he plays bass, you know, in the background. Boom, 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 boom. And he sings harmonies. So he likes to be on stage, but he doesn't like to be on camera. And, you know, whatever, it's his right? So I don't know what that means, and I don't know whether I should block that person or not. So I'm just going to scroll past because it's not something I... Did I eat the hater cake? Oh my fucking goodness, yes. It was so delicious. Now, generally, I don't like vanilla cake. I really prefer chocolate, everything. So I figured out that this guy is just an idiot. Block. Bye. No, my darling man is not going to come on camera. I love it that you like my stuff. Sending love from Houston. I have a lot of really good friends in Houston. Really good friends, music friends, and just good friends, right? Once you bond over the music, then the rest of it is just easy. Oh, and my friend, one of my friends there, she's an amazing pie baker. Holy mother of fuck. She is amazing. You know, I understand that baking is a science, but after a while, it's just second nature. You follow the recipes and everything will be good. I'm the grandma everyone would want. Well, I hope so. I hope that your grandma is pleasant and sweet, and there you go. I'm going to scroll. Some of these questions, like, really? Would you ask that shit to my face? Well, here's an interesting question, and generally I don't get into politics at all. This person, what do I think of us losing our Medicare? Sick girl problems. I think this whole fucking nation is sick. Sick with greed, and sick with hate, and sick with envy. It's disgusting. So I'm hoping that what little bit I do with my channel, I can get people to be nicer. Be nice to yourself first, then be nice to someone else, and I guarantee you that if you're nice to others, it will come around. What did I do with the hater cake? I ate some of it, and then another thing I did is I scraped the frosting off the top. And did you see the parfait video that I did last week? Well, I made something very similar to it with strawberries and vanilla pudding. And I took that to a family potluck, and they fucking loved it. So it was like strawberry shortcake, but with pudding instead. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. My favorite food is chocolate. You know, there's so many dairy-free recipes that are all over the internet. So if I tried to take care of everybody's dietary needs with every one of my videos, I'd never ever get anything funny done. So you can adapt however you like. You know, pudding, the directions on the pudding box said that you could make it with different kinds of milk and it would still set up. So just read the box. I'm going to scroll all the way forward. Ooh, boom. Oh, a recipe book. You know it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it for sure. I still have to write the recipe for the parfait, but I'm like, really? You need a recipe? You can't just watch the video? Cut up your berries, mix them together with your blueberries, cut up your strawberries, mix them together with your blueberries, cut up your, break up your cake, and then mix your pudding and layer it in the You can't just do that. You need a recipe? You know, if I got a 10-year-old, I bet they could do that. Please tell me it'll be an explicit recipe book. Well, fuck yeah. Of course. I'm not going to write a book about me. You know, there's some parts of my life that I keep to myself. I think every YouTuber does that. Even the vloggers. I think they keep a little bit of themselves to themselves. Oh, the fastest fuck fried rice video? That shit was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so fucking good. I had lunch for 3 days with that. It was so good. Oh. And what I did, as I heated it, whenever I heated it up, instead of putting it in the microwave, I would put it in the wok again. So I'd get a little more color on it. Oh, it was so fucking good. So good. That's all I got to say about that. So good. I just had to look at my watch because I turned the air conditioning off. I turned the air conditioning off so that I could do this without a bunch of noise. And stop, I say. I can't figure out how to make these stop. Oh, you know, the whole reason, somebody just said, I just found you and I love you. And, shit. Stop, I say. Stop. Stop. Anyway, I wanted to do this live stream tonight, particularly to say welcome and hello to... Welcome and hello to all the new people. I'm sorry, I can't get this to stop right now. And thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you so much for liking what I do. I'm having a good time with it. You know, here's a hug for everybody. You see it? Do you see it? Here's a hug for everybody. Here's a hug for everybody. So to all of you who have shared my shit, I'm sorry, your messages are going by so fast now, I can't read them. Somebody asked if I like to go out to eat. Yes, I do. I love to go out to eat. I love, love, love to go out to eat. There, I finally got it to stop. Whew. There's a little blue arrow that comes when I get it to shot. Get it to stop, not shot. So anyway. Thank you for sharing my shit. All of you people who share my shit. I'm glad you like that saying. Thank you for the hugs. I love the hugs. I know what that means with all the parentheses around it. That's all the big hugs. I love big hugs. Well, here's another asshole. Let me see what I can do to you. Remove. Will I please run in the election? Are you fucking kidding me? No way. You do not need, let's see, it's now, you do not need a 76-year-old woman running for president. No, 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 no. Oh, somebody just mentioned the notification squad. That's super cool. When some of you guys take it upon yourselves to be one of the first to you set up for notifications, and you're one of the first ones to get my video and to get the notification that I have a new video, and then you send it out to all your friends. I love that. That's so unselfish and so sweet. You're so awesome for doing that. Water. Mountain Valley water. I had 1 beer for dinner. That's enough. Yes, I was on Storage Wars. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. They were really nice. The producer, the people behind the scenes are the ones who figure out who like Jared and Brandy, who they can go to get appraisals on the shit that they find. And the producer was one of my fans, so he thought, he sent me a note, an email, and he wanted to know if I thought I could give a valuation on something that old. Now here's a question from Isabel. Why didn't I have a booth or something at VidCon? Do you have any idea how fucking expensive that would be? Yeah, that. So, yes, I tried the warped wall, and I still can't find a video. But the people at NBC are on it. They're looking through their footage to see if they can find it. Won't that just be awesome? That will be tits right there. 1 a.m. in Canada. I feel bad for you. It's time to go to bed. They should just give me a booth, right? Yeah, I know. What did I think of Poops for the World? Well, it wasn't my video. That was the hello, everybody who just got here. Hello, everybody who just got here. Welcome, welcome. And I'm doing this live stream because I'm so happy that we hit another 10,000 subscriber milestone. We hit 70,000 first thing this morning, and you know it's already almost at 7,000, 70,000, 75,000. That's what I mean to say. It's almost halfway to 80,000 from 70,000. Woo, that's awesome. Shoot, I forgot the question I was asking. Was I a hippie in the 60s? You know, in the 60s, I already had 2 children. So there wasn't much hippie stuff going on. Oh, Poops for the World. I don't understand why they do them, but that's their thing. So whatever. I'm good with it. And that wasn't my content that they fucked up. It was PETA's content. Did I just say fucked up? My most embarrassing story. I actually have one. This was, oh my gosh, it had to be 35 years ago or so. I was in line with my family at an ice cream parlor. And at the time, the husband that I had at the time was right in front of me. And I knew he was right in front of me. And so I turned around to talk to one of my kids behind me. And then I reached behind me and I patted my husband on the ass. But he had moved. And it wasn't my husband I patted on the ass. But the guy I did pat on the ass, he took it in good stride. He made a good joke out of it. So there's that. Mandy, your question makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm sorry. Now, why would you call me or ask me to do something with a negative word? You really think I'm going to respond to something where you ask me negatively? Oh, I see a bunch of you are having to go to bed now. It's coming on 10 o'clock for me. Coming on 10 o'clock. Notification squad, I love you guys. $73,000? No, it's 774 something. It's always behind in what you're looking at. Oh, how about a little reminder about the fact that I don't do shout outs here, because even though I've slowed down the feed, I'm afraid I might miss somebody, and so I would hurt somebody's feelings while being nice to somebody else. And I can't be unfair like that. My family is a little bit divided on my videos. I have some family who think it's fucking hilarious, and I have another few family members who don't even own up to knowing me. Somebody asked, when did I first decide to do YouTube? There's a video. There's another section of videos on my channel called Other Mischief That Granny Gets Into. And there's an interview there where a lady from a local TV station had me on her show. She asked me a bunch of questions. And you can watch that video and you can find out the whole history of how it is I did this. My scariest kitchen mishap. I don't think I've ever had a scary kitchen mishap. I sometimes leave, the burners on my gas stove will turn down to way low, and I sometimes turn them down and forget them and leave them on with a pan on the burner. But that's about as scary as it gets, I guess. There's someone here who keeps asking me the same fucking question over and over and over, and I haven't answered it, and don't you think you get the clue that I'm not going to answer it? Oh, my driving tips. We're going to start up that series again pretty soon. Right now, it's so hot that we have to have the air conditioning on while we're driving, and that makes too much noise for the camera. So we'll do another video as soon as it's not so hot here. Maybe October, November, we'll do some more driving videos. And I learned about that lug nuts thing from my dad. He was a bus driver. And my brother was a big tractor trailer driver. Lug nuts. If you have more lug nuts on your wheels, you're going to win. And if you don't know what lug nuts are, Google them. My favorite hobbies. Well, I love to knit. I love to read. I love to take photographs. I love, 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 love to go out to listen to live music. The answer to how I became GrannyPottyMouth is in that video. It's in lots of videos where I talk about that. And if you look back in the comments here, you can see that I do, in fact, have a cookbook in the works. And I live a little bit outside of Los Angeles. And I don't do shout-outs. Oh, thank you for the, what do you call it? Juju. The, super chat. That's it. Thank you for the super chat, Juju. I really appreciate that. What do I think about whistleblowers? Well, what do I think about shit being wrong in the first place? Somebody's got to whistleblow. That's the air conditioner motor outside. Can I sing something? No, I'm not going to sing something, not right now. How do I like my men? I like them to be nice. I like them to be smart. I like them to be funny. I like them to be kind. And I like them to be good people. You can put all of these symbols on here you want, but I'm not answering your stupid fucking question. Can I tell you a story? You know, there was a time not long back, I've done 2 stories. One was a story of Memorial Day, and I forget what the other one was right now. I'd have to look back through all my videos. I'm actually just signed up to do Live Me. That's going to be fucking tits right there. Woo! Going to be so fun. It's going to go by so fast. I'm really going to go nuts. But I've come up with a few themes. So we're going to have different themes. We'll have story time. We'll have what the fuck was this headline about? We'll have me finding bad signs. You know how I am with people who make mistakes on signs. My favorite song. Wow. That is impossible. My favorite song. If I don't like it, I'm not listening to it. So the one I'm listening to right now, that's my favorite. You have to show me to your grandma? Well, of course. All grandmas, I hope, love me. You know, there's something, let's talk about my swearing, okay? Because I say fuck, shit, damn, and things like that I make up. And, but, right? There's a but. You know there's a but. Never, except for the video I did for PETA, which was their writing. I did not write that. I don't use blasphemy. And I'm never racist. And I'm never mean, and I'm never insulting, and I'm never hurtful. I just say fuck, shit, damn. Because, oh, and shit I make up, like when I was frustrated with the cake mix, or frustrated with trying to figure out a recipe for my grandson. You do understand that was a skit? Grandson? It was a skit making fun of fucking diets. And I hoped the other side of that was it because I did find that recipe, it was helpful for people who do have celiac and do have a problem with gluten. So it's, you know, if you don't know anything else about me, I hope you know that I'm all about being nice and I don't do the mean. Okay? What age do I think it's acceptable for people to start using swear words? When you're old enough to vote, then you can use swear words. Oh, chocolate chip cookies. I fucking love chocolate chip cookies. But, you know, at my age and my size, I need to be careful with the sugar. So far, I don't have diabetes, and I don't want it. What was my first job? I think my very first job was selling tickets at a movie theater. Back in the day when the ticket booth was outside in the lobby of the movie theater. Let's see. I'm a new subby. Well, thank you, new subbies. That's the reason I'm doing this right now. I'm doing this to say thank you to all of you. I did it when we turned 60,000. And I guess I'll do it when we turn 80,000 as well. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so grateful that you give me some of your time. Okay, now for those of you who are in another time zone, I appreciate you being here, and you certainly have my permission to take off and go night-nights and be ready for your day tomorrow. Okay? A life-changing, this is an interesting question. A life-changing experience I had that I think would be cool to share with all of you. There was a period of time in my late 20s through my very early 40s where I was somewhat estranged from my dad. He was a super good guy and I was a super okay girl, but we just had some issues that we needed to work through, right? Well, then at one point, he came to California to visit me. And man, we just really hit it off finally. He was at a different place in his life, and I was at a different place in my life, and we really hit it off. And we had about 3 years of him living the summer months in Massachusetts and the winter months south of Los Angeles, near where I lived. And so we would have 5 or 6 months together, and we would do all kinds of adventures. He loved Disneyland, loved people watching. And then he got cancer, and he beat it. He beat it. And then he got sober. So he beat that too. And then, but during all of this, he was just, life is for living. His nickname for me was Little Bit. And he says, life is for living, little bit. And he made up this saying, LITS, L-I-T-S. Life is too short. Little did he know, life was too short. He was just 2 weeks shy of his 70th birthday when he died of a stroke. And I'm already 73. And I think, so that was 30 years ago. He was 30 when I was born. That was 40 years ago. That changed my perspective big time. Big time. Changed my perspective. Life is too short. Life is too short to be mean. Life is too short to piss and moan about shit. Life is too short. Enjoy every day. So, that's my biggest life-changing experience. And I hope I pass that on to you. Life is too short to be mean. Life is too short to piss and moan. Make the best of it, okay? You have a choice. When something comes up, you can either be pissy or you can be positive. And I think the thing to do is to be positive. You know what? We're coming up on an hour. Yeah, we're coming up on an hour, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm silent, and I'm trying to read some of your notes. Never ask a lady her age. Well, by the time you get to be my age, and you look as good as I look, you're happy to say, I'm 73. Did I enjoy George Carlin's stand-up? Fuck yes. The guy was a genius. A total genius. And one of the coolest things is that I know his daughter Kelly. I don't know her super well, but I do know her. And she is lovely and super funny. Okay, so, listen you guys. It's time to start saying goodnight. You remember that I don't do shout-outs because I don't want to miss somebody and hurt their feelings. But if you start saying goodnight to me and I see the numbers go down, 97, it was 98, now it's 97, back up to 99, Come on, you guys. I need you to sign out and say goodnight. Okay? Say goodnight so I can watch them go by. There they go. Good night. Look at all that good night love. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for being part of my stream, for being part of my life, for being part of my YouTube. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for sharing me. And just thank you for being awesome. Okay? Thank you for helping with me with the celebration for 70,000 subscribers. Good night, good night, good night. I love you. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. I love you. I love you. Good night. Good night, good night, good night. I love you. Oh, of course, you know this video uploads. All right, but I've said good night like for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes now. So it's time to finish. Here we go. Or if it's not good night where you are, it's good night where I am. And some of you have been on way past your bedtime. So there you go. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.